Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Crystal Holloman here at the News 10 Plus digital desk with First Alert meteorologist Colton Sikoracki. And it is that time of year. Lots of places are issuing cold blue alerts because of some bitter cold coming our way, which has prompted our First Alert weather team to make Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week First Alert weather days. And Colton is here to tell us why.
Yeah, you know, Wednesday is the new one, so we just extended it into Wednesday morning because it's going to get cold. You know, the thing that we keep getting, it's Michigan, you know, it's not this. It's typical this time of year, but it's not. We don't typically see this cold of temperatures for this long, too. So the cold really starts to come in this weekend with the coldest weather coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. So that's why those 3 days are the First Alert weather day. But don't let this deceive you. Something playing over there?
Yeah.
We have 3 First Alert weather days, but it is going to be coming cold this weekend. So just keep that in mind. So 1, 2, 3. You can see Monday highs in the single digits. Wind chills will be from about -10 to -20. I think Tuesday might be the coldest day overall. I have the high in Lansing at 4 on Tuesday. So that's
like 4 is in
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, so wind chill readings could be down to -25 on Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, we're expecting similar wind chill readings during that time as well. But Wednesday overall, air temperature-wise, will actually become warmer. We'll be climbing back up into the teens, and that will be the beginning of the end of the cold.
Okay.
So, again, all of this is happening, but the cold air starts to come in tomorrow. So this is looking at temperatures now. Technically, this is temperatures a little bit higher up in the sky, but it does a really nice job illustrating the cold air that's coming. So this is right about now or so, and the coldest air is that purple and pink color. So pay attention to that, and you'll also notice that some of the white colors start to show up because that's how cold. That's almost off the scale, you know, here.
We don't have a color for that cold.
Right, so you can see that beginning on Saturday. So this is tomorrow, right around this time. We're in some of the purples, and then watch what happens as we head into Sunday and Monday. It's just very, very cold air that's going to be in place. And, you know, the thing about it, too, is that this cold is impacting everywhere. Just about most of the eastern half of the country is going to see some very cold air. They're talking about some snow chances down along the Gulf Coast.
The Gulf Coast.
The Gulf Coast.
So like Alabama,
correct.
Gulf Shores.
Like literally the Gulf Coast may see some snow.
That would be something to see.
Yeah, so this is some very, very cold air that's coming in. So it is to the levels that it is a bit dangerous with your time outside. So if you're going to be outside, you want to make sure that you're covering all of your exposed skin and just limit your time outside overall because it is going to be very, very cold. And, you know, Crystal, you might find this fun. Not fun.
I don't find any of this fun.
Not fun, but see what I did with my graphic there? I very intentionally went off the graphic to show you how cold it's going to get, right? So that's all intentional. I will say about tomorrow, 32 degrees, you see the high temperature, and you're going to think to yourself, oh, that's not too bad. The problem is that high of 32 is going to be very early. I think it's before sunrise. So temperatures will be falling throughout the entire day. So you might see on your weather app that the high is 32. But it is, but it's technically not because we're going to be seeing colder temperatures throughout the entire day. Temperatures continue to fall into Sunday with a high of 15, and then we have the single digits for both Monday and Tuesday, with I think Tuesday being the coldest day. And something we've been talking about too is that the last time we saw a high temperature in the single digits in Lansing was actually back in 2019. So it's been several years before we've seen this type of cold that will be around. And low temperatures with this as well will be a few degrees below zero during this time frame. Now, one thing we'll have to keep an eye on too, do we clear out at all? So do we see some clear skies Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night? If we do, then low temperatures will fall double digits below zero for sure. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. That potential is there to see some very, very cold temperatures as well. Frostbite risk and the forecast wind chills. So this is the 7 a.m. predicted wind chill. So as you're getting ready for work or school, this is what it will feel like outside. And you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday all stick out very much so with the -20 and -25 degrees. So kids at the bus stop, I would have to imagine that maybe some schools might be making some changes there for early next week. I know Monday is a holiday with Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So either way you look at it, this is dangerous cold, the coldest air we've seen this winter. By far, we did not see anything close to this last winter. So get ready. It's going to be very, very cold for us. across the area. Now, one thing I do want to point out as well, and the National Weather Service is already talking about this, is that there are some changes to the cold weather alerts that are issued by the National Weather Service. So the previous ones, wind chill advisory, wind chill watch, and wind chill warning, those are no longer going to be issued. They are now called cold weather advisory, extreme cold watch, and extreme cold warning. So it's just a technicality, but you will have some new terminology that you may not have heard before being used this year. This is all because of they're doing a hazard simplification project. So they're basically just trying to consolidate some of the watches and warnings that they issue and kind of make them a little bit easier to understand.
But the last word is all the same, which is good.
Correct. So advisory, watch, and warning. For now, advisories will eventually go away by the Weather Service, but not yet. They mentioned cold weather advisory. We may be in that realm for next week, but who knows? If we get a little bit colder, we could kind of climb up. So advisory is lesser than a warning, but still, worth watching out for, and very dangerously cold as well. But in addition to this, why I've been so busy today,
you've been very busy today,
is that a cold front is going to come in, and that's going to usher in the cold air. So the cold front is now, to kind of see those clouds and a little bit of rain showing up near Green Bay. That's the cold front. That cold front arrives tonight into tomorrow morning, and out ahead of this front, we'll actually see a little bit of rain and then change to snow. So that's going to come tonight into tomorrow morning. So it's the cold, it's the rain, it's the snow, and then with the cold, we'll get lake effect snow as well. So I could have all of the time in the newscast tonight and still not be able to get through everything I need to talk to. Yes.
So there could be like some messy like rain snow mixes in parts of northern Michigan up there?
Well, here too. I think it's everywhere. We'll get our chance. I think more so here actually, because we're going to see some moisture start to stream up from the Gulf of Mexico tonight along that front. I don't expect major issues, but I would be concerned a little bit about some of the back roads, the dirt roads too, because a lot of times they're still snow covered, and when you add rain to that, if we get any rain, it just turns into ice. I lived on a dirt road for a very long time, time of my life, so I get it. I know there are a lot of dirt roads around, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. And with those crashing temperatures tomorrow, things freezing up a little bit, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for tomorrow morning into the first half of the day on Saturday. So let's go back to the graphics here and show you the hour-by-hour forecast. Just watch what happens as we head into tonight. I know today's been so nice and warm.
It has been.
Windy, yes. We've seen wind gusts over 30 miles per hour, but it has been warm. Tonight, probably after 11 o'clock, some rain showing up, but it does quickly change over to snow overnight tonight, and then we'll see all snow by tomorrow morning. I don't expect it to snow a lot tomorrow morning. It will be out of here probably 8, 9 o'clock, and then we're dry from there on out. So it's just kind of a morning thing tomorrow, and then once we get into Saturday night and into Sunday, we'll actually see some lake effect snow showers develop. So then we'll be dealing with some lake effect snow as well. Beyond this, so we have more chances of seeing some snowfall, but I just want to quickly show you how much snow, maybe up to an inch in some spots, but nothing major and nothing significant for us tonight. But I will show you the 5-day snowfall map, because we will see some more accumulating snow Sunday, Monday, potentially into Tuesday as well. So lake effect snow will be a concern. Now, one of the things that's interesting too about this is that when you are so cold and you get some snow to come down, the snowflakes are going to be super, super tiny. So so we're not expecting it to accumulate really quickly, but the problem is when you have those super tiny snowflakes is that visibility can be reduced a little bit more. So you might see visibility being dropped really quickly because of those super tiny snowflakes.
So are they smaller in size but like more in quantity?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So that will be it. So it'll still come down, but they'll just be super small snowflakes. So visibility will be a concern with that. Overall accumulation is not going to be super heavy, but the problem is too is that if we do see a lot of these snow showers, which is possible, salt is going to be basically not effective at all during Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because air temperatures will be in the single digits. So salt just doesn't work when it's that cold. So I think roads may be a bit slippery for a couple days here. It probably won't be until Wednesday that things start to melt and things get a little bit better, but it's very, very cold. And we got out ahead of this, declared the first alert weather days, what was it, yesterday or maybe Wednesday?
And Wednesday.
we've been looking at this for so long. The models have been showing this for a very long time, and it's coming. It's going to be here within the next couple of days. So it was funny, earlier I walked outside, I was walking to the weather patio during Studio 10, and one of our sales associates walked by, and she asked me about the cold, and what I mentioned to her was that on her way home, stop and get gas in your car. Or if you have anything that you need to do outside, do it this evening, because you don't want to be standing outside when it's 4 degrees and the wind chill's minus 25 to get gas.
I do need gas.
Yeah, so that's my biggest piece of advice for everyone. Get gas tonight if you can. Not because there's going to be like anything wrong with getting gas later, but you just wouldn't want to. So
good point.
Just make sure that you are doing that and getting anything else done. You know, it's just going to be tough. Tomorrow, I think we'll be okay. It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be horribly cold. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, by far the coldest air of the season that's
Mary
coming.
says she just put gas in her car today and washed it.
Smart. I drove past one of the car washes in Holt, and it was very, very busy. So I think a lot of people took advantage of the sunshine, warmer temperatures out there to do that, because you won't really have a good chance moving forward. So Mary, smart, get gas, get the car washed, because it's going to be very, just very cold. And and the other things too is, like, if you live in like a mobile home, sometimes there's big concerns about your pipes freezing. So you may want to think about maybe doing things to protect those pipes, maybe leave a little bit of water running, maybe insulate some of those pipes if you can. Car batteries, also a concern. Batteries tend to go down when you don't expect it. Every day they might be fine, but once you get this cold of air, it sometimes shows you that your battery's not great. So that may be a concern for some people as well. Mary said that she waited a half hour to get it washed. I believe that a lot of people were taking advantage of the sunshine and the somewhat warmer temperatures out there today.
And you mentioned the mobile homes and making sure that your pipes don't freeze. We actually have several stories on our website. I'm going to show you really quick. We have one about avoiding freezing pipes in the cold weather. This is a good one. They had some very unconventional ways, such as like making home-baked meals so that your oven is on. Oh. That's a really good way to do it. We also have some about how cold weather deaths have actually doubled in Americans, so you might want to check that out. And then you were saying the school bus stop. We actually looked at how some mid-Michigan superintendents decide whether or not they're going to have a snow day. So all of that is on our website. You want to check that out, get some more information too.
And Mary also points out shows us a good point. Also, make sure that your pets are being taken care of the coming days. This is the type of the cold that you don't want them to be outside for very long. Bring them inside. I know some people keep their pets outside a lot. This is not the time to be doing that, because if it's cold for us, it's cold for them, and it can be dangerous, especially their paws, all those things. It's just going to be very, very cold the next couple of days. Hopefully, this is the worst of the cold we experience this winter season. We'll see. But get ready. I mean, it's very cold.
Well, and over the weekend, a lot of people might be walking around downtown for the Lions game too.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you are going to Detroit tomorrow, just be prepared that it's going to be cold, but it's not going to be like crazy cold tomorrow. Okay. It probably wind chills by tomorrow evening when the game begins. In Detroit, will probably be in the single digits. So yes, that's very cold, but it's not the extreme cold that's going to come after that. So if you are going to be traveling over there, I think that's something to be prepared for. I don't expect a ton of issues on the roads. The snow that we see in the morning will be out of here, even over there. So hopefully the roads will be okay. But cold. That's the bottom line here.
Bottom line.
Dangerously cold,
Dangerously cold. That's something that you guys don't take lightly here at the First Alert Weather Team. So here's what we have going on. You're going to have single digits, but wind chills as low as minus 25 coming early next week. So.
Yeah, and it's just going to be extremely cold. And the thing is that when we have these high in the single digits, there's going to be some wind involved here. So it's not like the wind is just going to go calm throughout the days, because it's not. So anytime you get one of those stronger winds to come through, it's just going to drop that wind chill dangerously low. It's very cold. And so you don't want to be outside for very long, because in this type of environment, you can get frostbite in as little as 15 minutes maybe if you're outside. So make sure you're just trying to cover up everything. I have one of those winter hats that I can pull up and cover some of my face. A pretty good idea to use one of those maybe heading into next week.
I don't have the graphic here, but we do want to remind you to download the First Alert Weather app. That will give you some real-time information right to the palm of your hand. I have to update all this stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, the First Alert Weather app too, we put video updates in there, so you'll get a push alert sent to your phone when we post one of those. I just sent one a couple minutes ago. So yeah, definitely use the First Alert Weather app. You can see what the temperature is, you can see what the wind chill is. You can also see the radar when we have some of those lake effect snow showers around as well.
And if you are hitting the road, there's a really good option to look at the road conditions on the radar. There's a, what do they call it, a layer?
Yeah.
Where you can pick road conditions, so that's a good one too. Let's see if we have any more questions. I don't think we do, but if you have questions, you can still ask on our Facebook stream, and we will answer it a little bit later. So
yeah, and we'll have updates tonight on WILX with our 90 minutes of news at 11 o'clock tonight as well. And then I'll be in tomorrow. We'll have updates in the morning. We'll have updates in the evening as well. So we'll keep you covered here as we have this cold coming in, and we'll let you know if anything big changes. But the cold's coming, and we'll also see some snow as well.
And you're in for Andy tonight.
I am in for Andy tonight, yes.
All right, there you go. Colton, thank you so much for jumping on here. And Mary says a lot of great information. Thank you. That's what we do here. We want to make sure that you get the first alert ahead of time so you can make your plans accordingly and, of course, answer some questions in real time. So thank you so much. We will see you in about half an hour.
Yep, I'll walk back down to the studio and get ready for the shows.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe this weekend.